So this is my review on what I traded today and what I'm looking at for tomorrow. So today I hit AMD, SPY, a little bit on futures, and I covered some covered calls I had on Lucid. So we'll start with AMD here. I hit it a couple times this morning. First one was at 9:35 here, and I took calls on it on this candle, and I immediately got back out. Just was not setting up right. It eventually did go, but I got in and covered a couple cents higher for a quick profit, and then it continued to drop down. I believe I was in somewhere around here and covered somewhere right here, but it was a little too eager beaver on that one. Later I let things kind of set up, and I took the 98 calls for this week's expiration right here. We came off, held well, above my support resistance line here, pulled back through the EMAs, and I took this one with my risk being right here below these candles, so tight risk. And I took the 98 calls just to help limit down some of that risk factor even more. Anyway, so I took this exit up here, covered half of them up here, and I had to step away for just a few minutes. So I put a stop loss on it way below. I put a stop loss in there just to keep it from going to zero should everything have turned and just kept running down. I had no intention or idea it would have gotten hit on such a short drop, but it did. I got stopped out right here. By the time I came back, was right around here, 12:45. So I was pretty bummed that my stop got hit, because it came up here, for a higher profit than here. And even when it pulled back down into here, I think it was such a slow pull down that it didn't drop as much as my stop loss was. And now you can see, it's gone all the way up here. It would have been roughly 40% gain up here. So that one, pretty disappointing. That AMD actually gave back more than the profits I made, so it put me in the red when that stop loss hit. My second trade was on SPY here, so entered here, took calls on the low. I took 402 calls for tomorrow's expiration, and covered some of them here for 23%, some here for 31%, and the rest at break even. So this one put me back in the green a little bit after that AMD loss. And then my last real trade here was I covered $8 covered calls. So I closed these out and snatched 45% profit on those, and got pretty close to hitting the bottom. Real glad I covered, because up here now I'd be down about 7 cents per contract. I'd be down right now if I had continued to hold all the way through this instead of taking a 45% win. So that's what I've got on today. I took some futures, and futures to me is new, still learning the website, still learning the broker, still learning all the tools I have, so really small trades right now. Made about $10 after commissions and fees on the futures today. Some stuff I'm looking at for tomorrow. We've got the SIVBQ SBNY debacle, banking. You know, it's up 172% right now. You know, plenty of times I could have hit this today and I didn't. Just kind of busy looking at other charts. Same thing with SBNY, it's up 95%. Could have been some really good plays. This one a little bit harder. The action's not as clean as its counterpart over there, up 170%. Watch those for a continuation for tomorrow. You can see when it opened yesterday, it dropped from 250 down to 8 cents. So see if it wants to continue pushing up, which might start a nice little squeeze off. It's hard to say. I don't know if when it reopened, if they forced everyone who had gone short on it to cover, or if they allowed them to hold it all. I don't know why you would have held. That would have been dumb. But anyway, those are the two to really watch for tomorrow. And over here, I am really liking the way this daily is setting up on General Mills. 3 deep pullbacks on these highs up here. Couldn't hold it. 3 red days in a row. Really want to see this break down and push. That would be most ideal in my opinion. You got the all-time high for General Mills right here. I don't know about all-time high, but at least last several years high. And this is when the market started rolling over. General Mills slowly followed and couldn't get back up to this high. So if we start breaking below this 84.50 range, I think it's a good safe place to go short for myself. You know, always use your own due diligence and discretion, but GIS, SBNY, and then SIVBQ, those are the 3 other potentials I'm looking at tomorrow. And then of course, I've always got my dailies here that I kind of rotate out as I feel the need to. That's what I got, guys. Thanks.